It's weird if I wait too long to do a video, it's like I'm looking back in time. This thing's hanging on the wall like right by me. I've learned a lot on this build. For one thing, I learned about the sizes for the tuner holes. I did the wrong ones. I had tuners for them that fit, but I was looking to put the vintage ones on these, and I had to put the modern ones, which I was scared to do because I don't like locking tuners like traditionally, but I would have to say that these did pretty good. And the more that I'm getting this thing together, I think they're pretty good tuners. So they're high ratio. I had a little bit of problems setting this thing up at first. The piezo just didn't work out on this. It was very quiet and faded out towards the E string, which I think I learned. I learned just so much on this video or on this build. A lot of experience. But yeah, a couple different things. Another thing was the wax covering on the top. So I only gave myself like a quarter of an inch to do the carve, and it looks really nice, but by the time I do the round over, it looks rather flat. And I end up recarving it. And it looks a little bit better right now, but it still has, on the top, it still has that wax on it. And as far as the piezo goes, I messed up a little bit when I carved it in under the bridge. It poked out near the bass strings. So, and I think that's why it disappears. I was like putting it all over. You know, I took it out like out of the guitar and had it still plugged in, and you couldn't hear nothing. Like it. So, like the piezo likes to be buried and only works if it's buried and buried kind of good. I kind of just scrapped it. I went through my old drawer of pickups and I grabbed a Hot Rails bridge pickup and I put it in backwards in the neck position. And it sounds really good. Like the notes play really good. Um, yeah, it's really super jazzy sounding. The notes are really the the notes on this thing are really accurate. The strings are really super close to the fretboard. The action is almost nothing. Um, the notes sound the chords all sound good. The notes sound good, and it doesn't look too awful except for it's not quite done yet. So there's no finish on it. I have to basically go through and finish sand it. And wherever my hand touches the body, like right before the strings, it's kind of black. So, and I'm learning about the oil finish and stuff, and the paraffin wax and what it does. So all my guitars, after I finish them, they have a like a black mark where the strap goes, and this doesn't because there's no finish there. So I kind of want to leave this thing. Like I want to finish sand it and round it over and stuff, so it's nice. But I kind of want to see if this turns gray, and I think it will turn gray or silver or something. It's so weird to see this. I'm still carving it. The neck is huge. I can manage to get my thumb around it, but it's almost so big that I can't. It's smaller than the last neck, and I've already started the new build, so I think I got a new phone, a new full phone almost. So I'm expecting to kind of run out of footage on it pretty soon, and I'll probably do another one of these. But I had that burl billet in the corner. Like it's in the corner right now while I'm doing this, but I had the next top picked out. So basically, once I started hanging this thing on the wall and trying to play it, I started cutting that open, It's really kind of a sweet looking Les Paul type of deal. It's going to have another 6-in-line headstock. I'm probably going to do a bunch of these 6-in-lines in a row. I prefer 6-in-line headstocks. I've never done a reverse or played on a reverse, so maybe we'll do a reverse on one of them. But this came out pretty good. It came out pretty accurate. And it just, I need to make another one. There's no finish on it. I've been kind of playing it every day, trying to wear out the strings on it. The figure on the back looks awesome, and the carve on the back looks awesome, even though it's the same 1/4 of an inch I gave myself on the top. So again, I'm learning about, what you have to give yourself to get the depth that you want. The stuff with the big grain, like it washes out in between annuals. So I'm thinking about basically to finish it, kind of just polishing the crap out of the horns and stuff and letting them kind of get wicked, and get dipped between the annual grains. Where you see the grain running through the wood, that's every year it lives, it gets another ring, and you can see the demarcation between the winter and the summer. So the growing season and then the dormant season. And this is hard and soft, so when you go to sand it naturally, it goes back and forth, and like a wood like this is very hard to carve large curves, and because it just wants to wiggle, it wants to wiggle between the years in the grain. But this also looks really cool. So I think I'm going to beat the grain in a little bit on this, and so it looks a little wicked and a little wild, and I really want to get this paraffin wax off the top, and you can see a little bit on the back where the high point is, because the back doesn't quite get the round over that the front does. There's no reason to round it over, which is probably why it looks better and looks like it has more depth than the top. Also, I think that the back of this is actually the outside of the tree, which I usually don't do. Usually the outside is the top. So it looks like it almost has more figure than the other side, but it bent, it curved. Every time I use a piece of wood, I check the curve on it. So everything I do always springs back. So nothing ever curves the way it's supposed to curve under tension. Because I want the neck to do some of the work, and I'm thinking, one of these days I'm going to build a guitar, and the neck's going to be enough, and I'm not even going to need the truss rod. I mean, that kind of hasn't happened yet, but you always need the truss rod, and I haven't gotten away yet with building one without, but I have a couple plans to in the future. I also plan to build. What do they call that? The multi-scale fan frets. So one of these builds, I was almost going to do it on this build. So, but it's only a 6-string, and I don't think I'm going to do a fan fret with anything that's a 6-string. It's poor taste. But yeah, I got an 8-string to build, and I think that will absolutely be fan fret. There's a couple more classical nylon string builds I want to do. And I don't know what this next one is going to be, if it's going to be another bronze acoustic string instrument, or if it's going to be maybe regular guitar strings, I haven't got the sound down completely yet. Like I said, I just got the neck humbucker in, and it's hooked just directly to the jack. So it's a lot warm, and I'm basically just using the acoustic pedal to cut it down. Here you can see the round over. It just basically takes the life out of the top. It doesn't look bad, but it needed more definition. And after I did the round over, I carved it, and I see how much better the back looks. Yeah. So and there's more color in the back and everything. But the paraffin wax being on top just kills it. And you're not seeing the full like finish on the top. You're just seeing like what's left over after you sand a little bit off. But yeah, it's an incredible instrument. The wood grain looks incredible. It performs incredibly. The notes sustain for a long time. The chords sound absolutely magnificent. I don't. It's been rainy, so yeah, this is a good shot. Yeah, so I've just been really busy trying to do these episodes and keep everyone updated because I know there are a couple of people that are watching. So, so yeah, this little thing I did with the piezo did not work, and here I am messing around. I messed around so long. I just spent all day just doing this, but it worked. The little kit that I have worked. I'm trying to figure out if I can use these vintage ones, and I'm figuring out that I can't. That I did the wrong holes, and this next one will be vintage. So those gold tuners I had, not these, but the last ones were aged for like 10 years. So, or maybe even more than 10 years. So they've been just standing around for forever. And for some reason, I like to do this. I like to buy shit and just leave it. So a lot of the stuff I'm using you can't get no more. So I had somebody the other day. I got these bronze frets that, and I got them and they look just like the StuMac Gold Evo. And so I called them out on it, and they're like, no, these are actually bronze and they work really good, and this and that. And by the way, where are you getting Gold Evo from? And I don't think that they knew that StuMac has some. So but we'll find out if there's any difference because these Gold Evo ones here are from StuMac, and the one before I did those were still the Jeskar Gold Evo, the actual. And I keep stuff for a very very long time. That's why I still have Gold Evo around. But as soon as I found out they discontinued it, it's not like I'm going to be using it all up. I mean, now it's extremely valuable. I'm not anymore since it's been re-released, but we'll be trying that next and seeing if there is any difference between the Centum's Special Bronze and this StuMac Gold Evo, which it looks exactly the same. It looks a little bit different from the Jeskar. The Jeskar looks a little bit more yellow, and the StuMac looks a little bit more rosy, like there's a little bit more red in it. I don't know if this makes a difference. Sometimes you can see a difference in the parts. Like, I don't know why they just don't sell the whole thing as a kit for like gold. Like, I'm having a hard time finding the bridges that I want in gold. And this bridge is actually almost like my front door. My front door is the bronze, brassy bronze, but it's dark. And the more contact you have with it, you rub it off. This is kind of like a copper with that bronzy, finish on the outside, and it's kind of rubbed off. It looks a little bit copper on the base side, and it looks pretty cool. I put stainless steel screws in it. The screws that they sent with it just weren't adequate, and I find this a lot. Like with the bridges, like you can put a size in bigger. I'm having problems with my channel. It seems like some of the Epstein stuff that I did has gotten blocked, or I've gotten copyright strikes on it, and I don't know why this is. It's EFTA. It's being put out by the government. Two, I don't see like anything I would get from the Library of Congress. I don't see why there would be So they're misusing this copyright thing, and this is what happens when you click on one of my videos. Anyways, it comes up, we can't play this. So, thank you. Bye.